Hello, I'm Steve. This is the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decision for your application. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, we have this residential application, and there's two different sections they're interested in heating. This residence is still under construction, so there is some unknown issues with regards to seating and things of that nature. Also, I have upstairs here, I have this area here with glass windows. I'm not quite sure if these are actually sliding doors or not, possibly are. Also, there are recessed speakers and some lighting throughout this space here. Again, not sure of where the location is, so what I've done basically is just taken the distances from the center and move this 3.5 feet, this 3.5 feet, and then this would be in the center of that. This lamp to this lamp would be 6 feet. This speaker to this speaker would be 6, and so 6 feet to here, and the same is true on this distance over here. So and I just have them centered within the span here itself, and we'll leave it at that. This area here, we have some speakers and lighting. I have them 18 inches off of this edge of the wall to the center of the elements here, lighting and speakers, and then 6 feet center to center, and then centered within this span here. So not quite sure exactly where they belong, but that's where I have them. Also, we do have French doors, or doors I should say, that swing out into the patio, so that's something else to look at. They did mention that there's possibility for fans in the center of this area, maybe 2 fans, probably more central than this spot here and this spot here. Again, don't have the exact dimensions of those locations. However, if you want to have heaters in here at all, that probably cannot happen with regards to where they're located. So let's look at the the overall dimensions, just to show that I have 10'6" from this wall edge to the inside edge of this pillar, and then 11'6" to the outside edge here. I have a ceiling height of 9'11" to this ceiling here from the finished floor. I have a total distance of 24 feet from this wall here to the outside edge of this pillar here. And let's see if there's anything else. I do have the doors at 5 foot a piece, and so that's very important because of the distance that these doors are going to swing out into the resident itself. So it's important. I do have them about 7'4". Now they could be a little bit different in height, based on the trim, etc. Anything else here? I think that's about it. Over here we have 34 feet by a ceiling height of 8 feet and a depth of the inside area here of 5 feet 4 inches. So that'd be from this inside of this beam here to the inside of the wall here, and 6 feet out to the edge there. I did notice that this column here protruded into this area here, so that might be an issue that you need to look at, just because of the fact of the placement of heaters. Now, I'm going to go straight into this first, which is the upstairs area, and you can see here I have this unit possibly recessed into the ceiling here. Number one issue might be, is there a light fixture there? Or not. I don't have it in the center, but the main issue is that I shouldn't even say the other part, but the main issue is that we need to have clearances to combustibles below, which calls for from the edge of the heater, not the frame itself. The frame would be a little bit larger, the flush mount frame, but from the heater itself we need 18 inches, and you can see we're not meeting that here, and we're definitely not meeting that here. So I can't see how we could recommend placing a heater like this. So I'm just going to remove that. All right, and let's see here. The only other option that we can do is to possibly place a couple of units here, which would be along the inside edge. So the heater itself, when it's mounted on a wall or a vertical surface, this is a slimline 4,000 watt unit. I have it at 60 degrees down from straight out, 60 degrees down, or you might consider it from down straight 30 degrees up. And I have it attached so that we're meeting a clearance of 6 inches above, and that's the main thing that we need to do on a slimline unit attached to a vertical surface. So that's what it would look like. And let's see here if I can show you anything else. I do have them at 10-foot centers to center. And then going ahead and looking at the footprint of heat. So the footprint of heat would cover the inner space here fairly decently, but we're still missing about 8 feet here and 8 feet over here. So that's the best I can come up with regards to this little column piece here. So let's see if I have that here. If I put it here in the center, you can see that I need to maintain a clearance of 18 inches here, and that's that issue again. If this column wasn't as protruding in like I think it is, then we could do this setup here, but mount it up on the edge here where we're getting a better coverage throughout the whole span here. So 3 units would be really the best, but I think visually speaking, this setup here, this setup here where we're mounting it on the beam itself would look the best. So but again, having it this column with this post here protruding out, we are not going to be able to meet that clearance that we need to. So all right, well, that's the upstairs. So that would be possibly 2 of the slimline 4,000 watt units, or possibly 3 of the slimline units placed in this configuration like this. Again, these are 10-foot center to center. This is centered in this room here, or the space, and then, you know, again, 10-foot out to each edge. So all right, so again, that's upstairs. Let's look at what we could do downstairs. So downstairs, first of all, I'm going to probably talk about the recessing ability up here. So inside here, I don't have all the dimensions up here, and I'm not sure exactly the locations of the lighting, etc. But I do see visual issues with regards to some engineered supports here, or engineered beams that I don't believe you can cut into and make a frame for a flush mount unit. Also, with these doors coming out here, I can't place a heater within this span on this particular side here. I could put one over here, but I could not do that over here and still meet the clearances below the heater itself. So that's why I'm not doing any type of flush mount. Flush mounts won't go through this span here as well. And same with the distances over here. There's actually a pipe between, I think, this one here. So that is not going to be a possibility as well. So the only thing we could do is to do a surface mount, and surface mounts, we'll start with this, where we are running 3 units here. These are 6,000 watt units, 240 volts each. I have them at 8-foot center to center, I believe. So from here to here, 8-foot center to center, and this one's centered within this column, and then 8-foot out center to center here. I do have them so that they are 18 inches off of this edge here to the inside edge of the heater itself. And then, of course, it is important to note that these doors, if they're coming out any further or any higher, something of that nature, then we really need to concentrate on that clearance issue. So that's why it's so important to have all the critical details of a space, especially on a ceiling, in order to really make a recommendation. So these recommendations are based on strictly perceived distances, and if they are different from what I'm showing here, then that is going to make a difference. So anything else? Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So you can see here we're getting a nice good coverage throughout this whole span. Now the one thing I don't like about this is that the heater itself with regards to the lights is a little off center, I guess you might call it, and so I'd like to push it a little bit more to the right and this one a little bit more to the left, make it probably centered within these two lights. However, the footprint of heat would be way too much heat in the center here, and this would be the best heating application here. So all right, let's go ahead and look at another option that we could use up here, and that would be possibly using 2 units. And again, we're not centered within the lighting and the speakers, but we are 10 foot center to center on heater from this point here. So 5 foot in, center to heater, 5 foot in, center to heater. And again, located at the same 18 inches off this edge, and hopefully we're meeting the clearances on this door. You can see this one door here I do have out at 90 degrees from the wall. If we looked at the distance that I have, we can pop that over here and just see what we got. Let's go to right there, and you can see we're at 2 feet 4 and 1/16 protruding out from the wall. So that is important. But here's 2 units, 6,000 watts again, mounted on the ceiling at 10 foot center to center. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve, and again, please tap that like button. We don't advertise, we don't monetize. YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive thumbs up from our viewers like you. We really appreciate that. Have an excellent day.